Oh, is it time to go?
Oh, it looks like we're matching up.
Oh, that's right. This is actually, yeah, still Roosers round 2.
Yes, indeed,
Yeah.
still the Roosers.
Still,
Let's see how they start out.
Yeah. Let's see what our lead up is for both teams. This is going to be a scary matchup for sure. Don't forget, you can unlock those emotes for only 80 channel points, gamers, to cheer along. That's very cheap. Grab them now and cheer our contestants on.
And we're gonna see the same start from Simone that we've seen Gudra and now Creamy. It's such a strong start for here.
But loving that Haxorus startup.
Oh, the shiny Haxorus, perfect for Arly's seat.
Yeah, she's the Black Opal Dragon.
Yeah,
absolutely. Arly bringing the style to the battlefield. Let's see if Arly's drip can take down Simone's drip Dulce.
Indeed, we will really want to see here is how Haxorus is going to be able to break through both of these Pokemon. And we're going to see him fake it.
Okay, an incredibly good start from Arly. Arly recognized that Arly could take out that relatively weak Alcremie with Dark Emperor immediately while just keeping Gudra tied up for a little bit. That was a great start.
Gudra's not going to be able to do
combo.
anything this turn.
Nope.
Flinch is going to be huge for Arly here. Really, really just trying to put as much pressure as she can onto Simone.
Okay, so we get that early imposter, which means Ditto is definitely not going to be coming in here on that Snorlax, or at least not likely. Now we got to see what Beans can do without Fake Out. I think Beans is going to want to take some speed control. What are you feeling here?
I think Beans is probably going to begin to start laying down some electric webs or just nuzzling. It's going to be very good to keep both of Simone's team on the back line, since Arly needs to hit first almost every time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to see what happens here with Bowie. Can Bowie get a shot off before getting nuzzled? Let's see. There it comes.
Ooh, the choice there of close combat, but that's not going to KO due to Raichu having a focus sash.
Absolutely, an incredibly lucky play for Art. Well, not lucky, but I guess forethought, because this is the important nuzzle. So we're going to keep our little Raichu in there for just one turn longer, and I doubt Simone doubled in for that one.
And we're gonna see an Outrage come out. Where is he going into? Going right into Bowie, KOing in one shot.
A powerful, powerful turn again for Arly. We're seeing really fast plays, just like that first round in losers bracket. Nobody wants to be dropped out of this competition. Fighting hard.
Everyone's really putting everything into every turn they have. They're making sure that they can just KO these threats and make sure that they can take the win. But right now, Simone gets the Haxorus.
Yeah, it takes back a little bit of momentum here. However, Simone did unfortunately lose the Ditto there, so you can no longer swap out that Gudra to get rid of the special attack drop that comes out of that Draco Meteor.
Looks like we got the devastating Snorlax here. So we're wondering if we're gonna see or just Dynamax right off the bat or hit a belly drum.
It could be a belly drum, or we could just see the instant Dynamax now. I think that depends on how much Arly thinks this match is going to go on, or if Arly just wants to try and just push it here at the end and do as much damage as quick as possible. And it looks like Arly's opting for damage.
Trying to definitely the max replenish is something really terrifying to look down for Gudra, especially if it can get the Cut Stop Berry back.
Oh, certainly. Now, I believe that both players still have their Dynamax, so we're going to see what each player decides to do with this.
Arly's Dynamaxing. I'm going to assume it's the Snorlax.
Oh, I believe so.
Here it is, this huge threat.
Certainly, and we're going to see that berry come into play here, too, I believe, to give Hiromu that fast turn.
Gluttony should proc the Cut Stop Berry. Oh,
okay. Interesting. The fake out to finish Beans, very good.
Beans, no. Rest in peace, Beans.
But no Dynamax, oddly enough.
No, not at all. We're going to see Manasama almost get KO'd.
But hanging in there, that is going to be incredibly important if Simone has any chance of coming back into this. Now, the fear is that if you Dynamax the Gudra, you saw that -2 special attack, but if you Dynamax, Manasama, that might just be your support. That you needed that fake out to get that instant turn.
Absolutely. What we have now in Arly's backline is what we look at is an Arcanine here. So it's a much faster Pokemon than potentially both Gudra and Manasama. If it could spread a Snarl, that could mean a KO for both of them.
Oh, certainly. Now, it depends on if Simone's going to be able to predict this correctly and try to do something defensive, anything to protect Monasama, and use Monasama as bait so that Drip can do something. Maybe get a good status effect off. We'll see.
Absolutely. And Snorlax has to start hitting into Goodra because Goodra hasn't taken any damage just yet. And it's still very, very much full health and can still be a problem if he becomes Dynamaxed. And I think that's what we'll be seeing just now.
Yeah, I believe we're going to see the Goodra Dynamax. However, Simone's in a really tough position with all those negatives to its special attack. You could definitely invalidate it as a threat and just try to weaken everything else on Simone's side while you ignore that poor gooey little dragon.
Absolutely. It has not gained any extra damage from these last few turns, and it can't really do much now, especially with the Snarl going to weaken it even more.
Even further. And it looks like Monasama unfortunately took the heaviest end of that Snarl, which means that there's only one viable target for Snorlax now.
Yes, we were going to see some real huge damage go in right onto Drip. And Drip is going to tank through a Max Geyser.
Seeing all that negative special attack coming into play there, no matter what, even with that, even with the Dynamax, even with the super effective hit, it's just a matter of stats at this point. The setup from Arly has been so strong this time.
She's really been super oppressive against this Goodra here. It's almost a non-threat right now.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've seen that before in previous Fluffy Barrages, definitely. Like, sometimes the biggest thing you can do to those threats is just make sure that they're invalidated and then take everything else off the field. Absolutely. And if your opponent's too attached and won't swap out, I mean, the stats stay down.
Especially with Goodra, that has required the Decorate to really get it going. If you don't allow it to start, it can't go at all. And we're going to see a burn onto Goodra. That's going to be more, that's going to stack some more passive damage.
Absolutely, Goodra going for that last fate. Hopefully, Gudra's hoping that rain's going to bring up the damage, and it did. Just enough to bring Brungus down.
And now we're back to a 1v1 match with Snorlax and Goodra. Both these huge Pokemon that are just tanks for special attacks.
Absolutely, and we're going to see that once again, special defense is going down. However, that burn went away, and Simone's not out of this. Simone has a turn of Dynamax and might have that lowered special attack. However, Simone has been playing super well on the back foot this whole time, getting momentum back like hand over fist, just a battle of inching forward across the battlefield, trying to slow that downward slide.
Absolutely. Snorlax really has to just do one big hit here, and this could be the end for Drip if he can get through, but we're going to see the Max Lightning first. Let's see how much Snorlax takes this.
Absolutely, and maybe we're fishing for an electric field here for future Thunderbolts, maybe trying for Paralyzes. We'll see. This could be anyone's game.
Yeah, it really could be anyone's game. As we're going to now see the high horsepower going right in on Drip, and Drip is just going to take that.
Not quite enough to bring Simone down, so Simone's going to be hoping for that that perfectly accurate Thunderbolt to try and get that Paralyze off if we're lucky. We'll see.
With the rain going down right now, that could be devastating for Snorlax if it gets paralyzed.
Certainly could. What's going to happen here? Let's find out. I hope you're at the edge of your seats, gamers, because this is about to get spicy.
Oh, we're seeing a Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb's not going to do much here. And we're... Look at him go! Look at him spin! And that's going to be it for round one.
Simone being dreidled out of the battlefield. Very close.
Very, very. Oh, what a close match.
Indeed, what a close match. Now, it looked like Simone had lost all momentum, but Simone really, really brought that back and slowed down the backslide aggressively.
Absolutely.
Had it been anyone left on the field besides Goodra there at the end, it may have actually gone a lot differently.
You could definitely see, like, potentially if Monasama was able to get going, that it could actually have been more of a threat. But Snorlax is just so much of a special Pokemon that it's hard to break through with a lot of special attackers.
Absolutely. It was definitely a battle of the Titans at the end there. Two very, very hard to kill Pokemon. But at the end of the day, Arly played that early game so well. It was just not quite slowed down enough from that momentum, and Arly took it away.
Yeah, Arly's really not looking to slow down in any of her matches. I think she might be keeping it just keeping this pace.
Oh, certainly, certainly. But, you know, I think Simone has got a lot of important data out of that match. I think that possibly, unless Arly switches up the play style, Simone might have a read for next time. We'll see what happens.
It's potentially if she brings the Serena to try to see if that can handle the Snorlax.
Certainly, certainly. And what would you like to see changed on either team going forward?
Oh, I think currently, if Arly's trying to predict the same play that Simone did, I think we might see. I'd be fine with seeing that Haxorus lead. It was just so strong and devastating. I think Simone could potentially keep Ditto in the back just to make sure to counter that Snorlax, because Arly's gonna want to use that again. It's worked, and if it works before, then keep it going.
Absolutely, and it's definitely not a bad idea to keep that Ditto in the back, because almost no matter what is on the field with that Snorlax, it's definitely going to have a Protect. So if Ditto can manage to take a Belly Drum Snorlax and just take the shot, or Ditto can manage to take a Pokemon with Protect and Protect through a Self-Destruct with a prediction, I think Ditto's definitely the deciding factor, a sort of trump card in this battle.
Could we even see the reverse Self-Destruct?
Ooh, that would be exceptional.
What's a reverse self-destruct?
Oh, you know, when you steal the Snorlax, it self-destructs, and then you self-destruct in return.
Oh,
you say no.
I thought you were talking like just undoing the destruct. You know, like with destruction, you know, it like destroys like a wall or something. The reverse destruction is where you build a wall.
We create a new wall.
This wall, it's Snorlax. It's mine now.
We build a wall from the corpse of the Snorlax who self-destructed, of course.
Absolutely.
Now here's the other catch though, right? If the belly drum has already gone off, then the grenade is ready. And then if the next turn the Ditto is switched in, well, the Ditto's going to get blown up at that point. So it's kind of risky.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Very
risky, but it's definitely possible to set it up.
It definitely shows your hand when you set up the belly drum, that's for sure. Take it away,
Lark.
Lark.
Let's see what
Tell
kind of
us.
protections we've got going on here. Ooh, the battle music is hype, and Smo's looking to come back clawing into this competition. Let's see what happens. All right, and what are we leading off with Arly? Hold on.
I'm holding.
So we've got Wolfie and Drip in the front for Simone. Okay, we like to see that. Gudra definitely still the linchpin for this team. And Dark Emperor and Beans coming out here.
Our good boy, Beans.
Our good boy.
So Arly's probably looking to just set up an outrage, see if she can handle Gudra here again. Because right now, this whole team can be very, very threatening. And Arly's looking to try to just shut this her whole plan down.
Absolutely. Now, is Simone going to go for an early Dynamax to survive this, or maybe switch out? Like last time, we did see this Haxorus immediately start taking things down. Will Simone predict that correctly? Or what's going to happen this turn?
I believe we could see a turn 1 Dynamax from Simone, potentially to get set up with Max Oozes so that the special attack can just go up. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see here.
Here it comes. We'll see if this is going to be enough to survive that outrage. Now, how is Simone going to answer, I wonder, to the fake out? Will Simone predict it and do a protect, or is Simone going to have to just skip the turn for Wolfie this time?
Yeah, Wolfie might have to just sit out for one turn. And potentially, if the outrage just hits into Wolfie, it could KO it right off the bat as well.
Absolutely. And here comes the fake out, so Wolfie did not read that.
Wolfie is unfortunately going to be flinched this turn. Here's the outrage coming in on Drip, and that's going to KO.
Very big. And that is the Dynamax out immediately for Simone. So we're going to have a really uphill battle going forward here. And Simone's linchpin teammate, unfortunately, down instantaneously. That outrage is nothing to sneeze at.
Absolutely. Outrage is going to keep going as well, since it lasts for about 3 to 5 turns for Haxorus, and after that, it will be confused. So Arly's going to have to think what she's doing next with that Haxorus after it breaks out of its outrage.
Certainly. We're going to have to see what happens here. So we've got a Mold Breaker breaking the mold, and Bowie once again coming in to take that Haxorus, maybe hoping to get a one-shot on the enemy Haxorus, just like last round. This is almost a direct one-for-one, other than Simone losing that early Dynamax, unfortunately.
Absolutely. It's so unfortunate just to see that Dynamax go down. But Outrage is going to go on Beans, but that's not going to be enough due to Focus Sash.
Not quite enough. We'll see if Beans gets the nuzzle in. Beans does and goes for Wolfie, which is probably the right move here.
Especially with Wolfie trying to potentially get rid of either Beans right now. And the Outrage is going in on Wolfie, and that nuzzle's not going to really be much of an issue here. But that's still another KO for Arly.
Absolutely. Another KO for Arly. Simone is down to the last 2 Pokemon again. So if Arly has that set up with Snarl in the back line and Intimidate, that is going to be a big deal because you cannot swap out of those stat drops now.
No, not at all.
Manasama once again. So it looks like we have the same team set up, minus Wolfie being swapped in this time from Simone. That was the looks like that was the change we were hoping to see, but we'll see what Simone can do. It's all strategy here. No more surprises.
Absolutely, because currently Simone's own Haxorus is outraging right now. So if it goes into Dark Emperor is probably not going to be able to take that so well. In the confusion, let's see if she breaks through it.
Just in time for the protect. This is big. This might be a dominant showing if... let's see.
To fake out into beans. That will KO.
A critical bean moment.
Good.
A critical bean moment.
Okay, Simone takes back a little bit of momentum, keeping that Volt Switch from going off. It looks like, of course, Dark Emperor is protected since we couldn't outrage into Dark Emperor there. There was no way that could happen. But we've got some very bulky backlines here from Arly. Let's see what we get done.
Yeah, the Snorlax is in a really scary spot right now since it is still pretty... Its physical defense is pretty low, but it could get hit for this outrage again. But I think it should be able to take it, and Arly might have to risk again, just start outraging and KOing anyone in front of her.
Do you think Arly's going to want to go for the belly drum self-destruct, or is Arly going to play it safe and Dynamax here? Arly's definitely thinking about it, and I respect that.
I think Arly has a couple options here. If she really wants to go for that self-destruct, that could really be the play for the people. But if she really wants to go for the win, potentially going for the max replenish would really be the smart decision here.
Definitely, definitely. And let's see what happens here. That was the critical bean moment earlier, but we are going to see that Dynamax Snorlax, which is going to be such a difficult opponent to break through. It really comes down to who's faster. Are we going to see Ditto or Dark Emperor move first?
Hey, since they're tied, who knows?
Bowie
Bowie.
And
Sweet on
Bowie
Dark
takes
Emperor.
down Dark Emperor. That is so important for Simone. That is such an important reset on momentum. Now it's just down 2-2, but we do have a Dynamax Snorlax who has been Thunderwaved, which is very important.
Potential for paralysis turns, but we're going to see a Max Darkness go right onto Manasama. That's going to bring her all the way down to 1.
Just barely living through that, which is so important, so big. That special defense drop on both enemies, though.
It's going to be really scary for whatever Arly has in her back line now. And and Manasama doesn't have Focus Sash.
Nope, no Focus Sash from Manasama.
She has leftovers.
Leftovers. So that was just surviving on their own.
Oh my god.
So brave, so strong. And interestingly, Arly is going for a defensive play here instead of trying to finish off Manasama. This is going to be a big turn for Simone, and this is another example of seeing Simone really fight back, just claw back in after what seemed like a complete loss.
You cannot count Simone out for any of these matches. Even most of the time where it seems like she's getting very, very close to losing, she still punches back with a lot of her well-made plays.
Absolutely, and it looks like that was an unfortunate target for Outrage. It picked the wrong target, but we're gonna get a Thunderbolt.
The double is not gonna take it.
Okay, this is big. That was a big turn for Arly.
This will be the end for Manasama, it looks like, and all we have now is just the Haxorus to deal with.
Arly facing down her own Emperor, a Dark Emperor, an Eidolon.
A false idol, maybe.
Indeed.
But it's poisoned now, and it could potentially. This could be huge danger from Toxapex here due to Merciless.
Absolutely, that's going to be a guaranteed crit, and it looks like we're going to see Arly favoring just all-ending, trying to do as much damage as possible. We're going for that max replenish, so it really comes down to, can we get through this confusion? Here comes the Outrage.
It's just enough. It's not much to get through.
Not quite enough damage, and here comes the crit.
It's gonna hurt, and that's it.
Oh, that is it.
Critical hit from the Merciless as well.
Absolutely, and it's just so hard to handle that draconic onslaught from Arly. Arly comes out spewing fire and axes and death everywhere, and it is just so tough to play into that defensively.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And let's hear that winner. Let's hear the winner thing. You ready?
Okay.
Take it away, Lark.
Okay, I got it. The winner is Arly Darkfire.
What an incredible match. Really showing how well Arly knows